Hi everyone, Dorothy from the Neon Tea Party here. Today I'm going to be walking you guys through how to make these gorgeous Sunburst sunflower style granny squares. Now we'll be working in the colors of a sunflower, but these squares work up beautifully in other colors as well. But like I said, today's the name of the game is sunflowers. So we'll be working in 4 rings. We're going to be doing an inner ring made of double crochet. The next ring is made up of puff stitches. The next ring is a series of bobble stitches, and then the outside ring uses a combination of triple crochet, double crochet, and half double crochet. And I'll walk you through all of that. Now the exact yarn I'm using today is called Favorito. We love it because the colors are gorgeous, obviously, and it's really, really soft and nice to work with. Now I'm working with a dark brown, a sort of like terracotta rust brown, a true sunflower yellow, and a medium blue today. Like I said, you can work with any colors you like, but if you love this one, like we do, I'm gonna go ahead and link the exact yarn in the description box below. So let's start with that first ring. So like I said, that middle ring, we're gonna be working with that dark brown, and that middle ring is a series of 16, well, 1 chain and 15 double crochets into a center ring. And also, just so you know, I'm working with a 5mm hook today, just to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. But the squares themselves, these sample squares, I used a 4mm. So if it's not looking exactly the same, that's probably why. All right, so I went ahead and made a slip stitch onto my hook, and now I'm going to, slip knot rather, for my hook, and now I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I'm going to do a slip stitch into that first chain, yarn over and pull through both of the loops on my hook, and that's going to make a small little loop. Hope you guys can see that. So now what I'm going to be doing is making this series of double crochets by starting with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to do a double crochet into that middle loop like I just talked about. If you haven't double crocheted before or you just need a refresher, we're going to yarn over, go into that loop we just made, yarn over again, pull through, so we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we now have a chain and 1 double crochet. So we're going to repeat those double crochets until we have 15 double crochets in that 1 chain, making 16 stitches going around in that first ring. So again, for that double crochet, it's yarn over, go into that ring, pull through. So you have 3 loops, and you're going to yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Once again, yarn over, go into that middle loop, grab the yarn and pull through. So we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm just going to keep going all the way around that ring until we have a total of 15 double crochets and that 1 stitch. All right, so I have 1 chain and 14 double crochets going all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and do my last double crochet into that center loop. And then I'm going to join with the very top chain of that first chain we started with, pull through with a slip stitch through both loops. And then I'm just going to chain 1, cut this from my skein, and pull through. Now I am partial to weaving my ends in as I go, but if you rather leave them for the end of your square, by all means do so. But I will say one thing I am going to do is keep this center end a little bit longer, because you can actually pull on it and tighten up that center a bit, which might widen as we do our next 2 rows. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this one, but weave in this end here. But like I said, if you're not into weaving in ends as you go and you prefer to wait till you finish the square, or if you're a experienced crocheter and you crochet over your ends, then obviously go ahead and skip this step. All right, so I've woven in that last end, but left this middle one just like I talked about, and it's time to do our next ring. So I'm gonna grab my next color, which is that rust color we talked about. And the way I like to switch colors, there's tons of different methods for this, but so to start this, we're gonna work under the top stitch of our previous row. So I'm gonna put my hook under that stitch. I'm going to yarn over with my new color, pull that through, and that's it. And so as I work this next puff, the first puff stitch, I'm gonna work over that end, and that's gonna hold it in place. So I've got my yarn on my hook. We're gonna start this puff stitch by doing a chain 2, 1, 2, and that's gonna control the height of your puff stitch. So I've got my chain 2. Next, I'm going to yarn over, go into that same stitch we just talked about. Now, because I'm making sure I'm working around that tail, just to make sure that that tail is underneath my hook. Yarn over and pull through. So now I have 3 loops on my hook, and I'm gonna pull up again to create that height. Yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over and pull through, and pull up to get that height. So we're now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. We're shooting for 7 here. So I'm gonna yarn over, go into that same stitch again, yarn over and pull through, and then pull up. So now at 7 loops on my hook. We're gonna yarn over and pull through all 7 loops. And once you pull through all 7, chain 1 to secure that puff. So we now have 1. We're gonna be doing 16 total into the top of each of the stitches on our previous row. So to start the next one, I'm gonna yarn over, go into the next stitch, grab the yarn and pull through, again pulling up each time I come up to match the height of the previous one. Yarn over, go into that same stitch, yarn over again and pull through. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, into the stitch, grab it and pull through, and that's 7. Yarn over again and pull through all 7 loops. If it's easier, you can either count the number of times you're going into that stitch, which is 4 times, or you can do like I like to do and just count the number of loops on your hook to keep track, which is 7. Once you pull through all 7 loops, chain 1, and you're ready for your next one. Yarn over, into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, that's 3. Yarn over, into the stitch, yarn over and pull through. So we're now at 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, into the stitch, grab your yarn and pull through, that's 7. So now I'm gonna yarn over again and pull through all 7 loops. And then chain 1 to secure. All right, so I'm gonna repeat that process all the way around until I have 16 puff stitches done. All right, I'm at the very last puff stitch number 16. So I'm gonna do this very last stitch. As you go, just make sure you're always counting because you don't wanna miss any of the top stitches of the previous row. You wanna end up with the full 16 puffs. And then I'm gonna go into the top of the chain 2 that we started with and stitch these together to close row 2. All right, so that's our second row, chain 1, and fasten off for our next color. Like I said, I'm partial to weaving in ends as I go, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I wove in those ends, including that middle one, and now it's time to do the third row, which is the petals of our flower. Now, this row is made up of bobble stitches, which is essentially like an unfinished double crochet. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to change colors the same way I did before. So I'm going to be working in the gaps of these puff stitches this time. So I'm going to go through, grab my yarn and pull through. Then I'm going to chain 3. Now as I'm working this first bobble stitch, I'm going to work over that tail that we just created. So like I said, to make our bobble stitch, we're going to yarn over, go into that gap, yarn over and pull through, and yarn over just like we're doing a double crochet, pull through 2, except I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to yarn over and pull through these 2. I'm going to yarn over, go back in, grab the yarn, come through, yarn over, pull through 2 again. I now have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over, go into the gap, grab it, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. I now have 4 loops on my hook. Yarn over, go into the gap, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. I now have 5 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5 and then chain 2. And that is our first bobble. So I'm going to repeat that in all of the gaps all the way around. So let's do it again. Yarn over, go into the gap, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, stop there. Yarn over, into the gap, grab the yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. I now have 3 loops. Yarn over, into the gap, yarn over again, pull through 2. I'm now at 4 loops. Yarn over, go through, pull out, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm at 5 loops. I yarn over, I pull through all 5 loops, chain 2. Now you can kind of see the petals start to form. So let's do it again. Yarn over, into the gap, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go in, grab your yarn, come out, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm now at 3 loops, yarn over, into the gap, grab your yarn, come out, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops, yarn over, go into the gap, grab that yarn, come out, yarn over, pull through 2, 5 loops, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 2. And I'm going to repeat that process all the way around. When I'm doing this, I prefer to count the loops on my hook rather than the number of times I'm going in and out of that gap. As you can tell, I find it's much easier to say, okay, I'm at 5 loops, time to pull through all 5. All right, so let's go all the way around and I will meet you at the end. All right, I'm just done 15 of the bobble stitches. I'm ready to do my last one before I join it with a slip stitch at the top of the chain of that previous. So I've got 3, counting my loops, 4, 5, pull through all 5, chain 2. And then like I said, I'm going to join in the top, pull through, join together, chain 1, and that is the 3rd row and our petals. So now it is time to do the corners. So the corners and the outside edge are made up of 3 different stitches. So we're doing a triple crochet, and that's to get the smaller end to the outer edge, a double crochet, a half double crochet, it's a little bit shorter, and then it repeats in reverse around all 4 sides. So just as before, I'm going to go ahead and weave in my ends, and then we'll get started on that part. All right, all of my ends are woven in, so it's time to do that last outer perimeter. Now this outer perimeter is made up of 3 different stitches. We've got a triple crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, and then the same thing in reverse until you make all 4 corners of your square. So I'm going to start with a double crochet, and then we're going to meet it on the other end. So for this row, we'll be working in the gaps once again. So I'm going to change colors the same way I have been this whole time. Grab my yarn, pull through, and we're going to start with a cluster of double crochet. So we're going to chain 3, and that's going to count as the first double crochet as we start. Then I'm going to do 1 double crochet, just like we did for that center ring, and then a second. So then we're going to have a chain and 2 double crochets. And now we're going to do our first corner in this next gap. So for our first corner, we're going to do a triple crochet, 3 triple crochets, chain 2, 3 triple crochets. So to do a triple crochet, you're going to yarn over once and then yarn over a second time. Go through, grab your yarn and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again. And that's that first triple crochet, and we're going to do that again. So yarn over once, twice, go through the gap, grab your yarn and pull through. So I have 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Now I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, and pull through. Now let's do it a third time. Yarn over twice, go into that gap, grab your yarn, come out, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through, and now I'm going to chain 2, and that's what's going to make that corner. So I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to do 3 more double crochets. So yarn over twice, go into the gap, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I've got 2 more triple crochets. Yarn over twice, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. All right, now I need 1 more. Yarn over twice, go into the gap, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's our very first corner. In the next section, we're going to do another double crochet, another 3 double crochets. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, that's 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 2, and that's 3. So now in the next section, so this is the very middle, the shortest area of that outer border, we're going to be doing 3 half double crochets. So to do that, we're going to yarn over, go into the gap, yarn over and pull through. So I now have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to pull through all 3 of those loops. And that's 1 half double crochet. So let's do that 2 more times. So yarn over, go into your gap, grab the yarn, pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And then 1 more time, yarn over, go into the gap, grab it and pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that is that section of half double crochets. Now we're going to do another double crochet into the next gap. So you can kind of already start to feel the pattern happening here, where you do a corner, then you do a cluster of 3 double crochets, then a cluster of 3 half double crochets, then a cluster of 3 double crochets until you get to that next corner. So I'm at the next corner, so it's time for my next set of triple crochets. So we're going to do the same thing. Yarn over 2 times, pull through, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last set. Another triple crochet here, we're doing a set of 3 triple crochets. We're always working in sets of 3s. That's 2, so let's do 1 more. And then once we're done with this set, we're gonna chain 2. That's gonna make that corner. Chain 2. And then I'm gonna repeat another 3 triple crochets for the other side of this corner. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, 2, so that's 2. Now I'm going to do my very last triple crochet for this corner. And then I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around this square. So I've got my triple crochet. I'm going to do double, half double, double, a corner, which is a triple, chain 2, a triple, then double, half, double, a corner. As you guys know, it's triple, chain 2, triple, and repeat that until you meet the end. I'll put the pattern in the description box below so you don't lose your place. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this border, and I will see you here shortly. All right, so I've made my way around this, all the way around the side, and it's now time for the last round of half double crochets in this very last section. Oop. And now I'm going to join the top of that first chain through this last stitch of that chain and pull through, chain 1, and fasten off. And that, my friends, is your very first square. And we are going to, or rather, you are going to continue making those squares until you have enough for whatever pattern you're making. And like I said, you can always make them in different colors. They comes out so beautiful always. If you make the sunflower bag, if you make anything else with these squares, obviously tag us at the Neon Tea Party. We would love, love, llove to see it. Peace, love, and Neon. We'll see you guys soon.